Hello everyone, myself Sachin Joshi. Today we'll study here about the chemical properties of carbon compounds. So first of all, see one of the question for you, that is what is hydrocarbon? So hydrocarbon. So what are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are those compounds which are made up of hydrogen and carbon. The compounds which are made up of hydrogen and carbon are called as an hydrocarbons. So these hydrocarbons are actually organic compound. These are actually organic compound. And we know that what are organic compounds are. See, the organic compounds are those compounds which are synthesized in the living system. That's in the living organism. Okay. So those compounds are called as hydrocarbon compounds. There are many hydrocarbons compounds are there. So as like the hormones are also the organic compounds which are also made up of hydrogen, carbon, and some of the other substitutes also there. So let's see. Today we'll study here about the chemical properties of carbon compounds. Yeah, that is chemical properties of carbon compounds. So first of all, we'll see and study here about one of the chemical property of carbon compound, that is combustion. There are many chemical properties are there of carbon compounds. So, but we'll study here only few of them. So one of them is combustion. So see, what is combustion actually? So combustion is nothing but one of the property of carbon compound in which they will burn. Yeah, they will burn, and whenever any carbon compound will burn, that is hydrocarbon compound will burn, it gives us as a product carbon dioxide and water. Yeah, that is combustion. So let's see one of the example. This is a carbon, and when it get burned, so we know that the combustion will take place only in the presence of oxygen. If there is no oxygen, the combustion will never takes place. So when we say the carbon is get burned, it means that carbon is getting reacting with oxygen, and due to the reaction of carbon with the oxygen, it gives out carbon dioxide. As we can study this reaction by another manner also, that is whenever a non-metal is going to be react with oxygen, it forms non-metallic oxide. Yeah. So let's take another example. These are the examples. This is methane plus oxygen. Why it is? Because we know when methane burns, it means it reacting with oxygen. So what the product going to be formed? Yes, obviously that is carbon dioxide, because non-metal is going to be getting reacting with oxygen. And one more thing, let me tell you that in the first reaction we can see the carbon is getting reacting with oxygen and forming carbon dioxide, but there is no any other product which is going to be formed with the carbon dioxide. But in this reaction we can say when methane burns in the presence of oxygen, it gives us carbon dioxide with water molecule. Then there is a question, why in the above reaction the water is not going to be formed? That is because there is oxygen but there is no hydrogen with the carbon. That's why the water is not formed here. Yeah. So this is the another example. We can take many examples. If we take any carbon compound, let's take as, so this is what? Ethanol. Okay, it is ethanol. Number of carbons are 2, that is meth, eth, that is single bond ethane, and because the functional group is alcohol, so by replacing E, the suffix of alcohol, that is oil, is going to be introduced with the name and it forms ethanol. So when ethanol burns, it means it's reacting with oxygen. Okay, so directly the same product is going to be formed, that is carbon dioxide and hydrogen, water. So this is the first property of carbon compound, that is combustion. So let us study the next property of carbon compound. Is second property. Second property of carbon compound, that is oxidation. Oxidation. So as we know, what is oxidation reaction? So oxidation reaction is nothing but in a particular compound will gains the oxygen molecule. When a particular compound or a molecule, okay, will gains a oxygen molecule, so that kind of reaction is called as an oxidation reaction. Take a look out here. It's A and this is BO. So the B, so this is the compound which contain oxygen and the A doesn't contain oxygen. So we can say this B which contain oxygen can donate its oxygen molecule to A. So we can say that A which doesn't contain oxygen, but due to accepting the oxygen from B, so it will becomes AO. So we can say that now the A has accepted the oxygen. It means the A becomes oxidized. Okay, and the compound or the molecule which is giving the oxygen molecule, that compound or molecule is called as oxidizing agent. Yeah, the compound or the molecule which is giving the oxygen or donating the oxygen, that molecule or the compound is called as an oxidizing agent, and the molecule, compound or a single atom which is accepting the oxygen, that is called as oxidized. Yeah, so let's take an example how the oxidation reaction occurs in carbon compound. So in carbon compound, the oxidation reaction can be used, okay, to convert alcohol to carboxylic acid. Yes, the oxidation reaction can be used to convert the alcohol to carboxylic acid. So when we are converting alcohol to carboxylic acid, so for the conversion we need the catalyst. Yeah, we need catalyst for that. That's in the presence of that catalyst we can say the reaction can be done or completed. Okay, so look at here. Take an example of alcohol, CH3CH2OH. So it is ethanol, as we studied previously. It is ethanol. So in the presence of alkaline KMnO4, that is potassium permanganate. So what it is? Potassium permanganate. I am getting heat. Okay, or else acidified K2Cr2O7 and heat. So alkaline in the sense the basic potassium permanganate KMnO4, and acidified, that is acidic potassium dichromate. Okay, so that is in the presence of the one of the catalyst. Okay, in the presence of this, and when it is heated with the one of the alcohol compound, that is ethanol. So we can say the carboxylic acid compound is going to be formed. That is conversion of alcohol to carboxylic acid. So these are nothing but the oxidizing agent. Here the KMNO4 and the potassium dichromate are oxidizing agents. Okay. So let's see how the reaction will be done now. So I will show you this completion of this reaction in the simplest way. Just assume one of the catalyst is going to be donate the oxygen molecule. So oxygen, single oxygen we can say atom, it has a valency 2. So what is the valency of oxygen? Valency of oxygen is 2. It means when the oxygen is getting donating to the other compound, that compound should accept the oxygen, okay, by satisfying its valency. So it means that it has to be give its place by satisfying its valency. So how is going to be satisfied its valency? By replacing hydrogen with the oxygen. So the valency of hydrogen is 1. That means 2 hydrogen should be taken out from the compound for the adjustment of the hydrogen, that is oxygen here. So let's see how it is done. So 2 hydrogens has to be vanished or taken out from this compound. So I am just removing this hydrogen from the compound. So let's see what kind of reaction is done, and by replacing this hydrogen I am adding this oxygen here. So let's see the structure. It is CH3, okay, that is carbon, and we replace the hydrogen with the place of oxygen. So here oxygen and remaining OH. So what it is? Ethanoic acid. What it is? Ethanoic acid. So ethanoic acid is nothing but carboxylic acid here. So the two carbon compounds, the two carbon, that is eth, and the carboxylic acid as in functional group, so it is ethanoic acid. So by this manner we can say we can convert the alcohol to carboxylic acid by oxidation method. Okay. So this is the another property of carbon compound. So let's see the next property of carbon compound. Third property, that is addition reaction. Yeah, addition reaction. So what is addition reaction? It is a property of hydrocarbon here, we can say, that is carbon compound. What does this addition reaction mean? Let us see here. Addition reaction is nothing but the conversion, we can say, conversion of unsaturated hydrocarbon to saturated hydrocarbons. Okay, so addition reaction. So what the particular process is takes place in the addition reaction, that is conversion goes on. What is the conversion? That is conversion of unsaturated hydrocarbon to saturated hydrocarbon. So during this conversion of unsaturated to saturated hydrocarbon, so we need the catalyst to complete such reaction. Okay, we need catalyst to complete this reaction of conversion of unsaturated to saturated hydrocarbon. So those catalysts can be used here. Let us talk about. So let's take an example of unsaturated hydrocarbon here. It is ethene, one of the unsaturated hydrocarbon. We know that what is unsaturated hydrocarbon. So just comment below and tell me what is unsaturated hydrocarbons. So these unsaturated hydrocarbons will be converted into saturated hydrocarbon by passing hydrogen gas. Okay, by passing hydrogen gas in the presence of the catalyst. So let's see. So we are passing hydrogen gas to the unsaturated hydrocarbon in the presence of catalyst. In the presence of catalyst. Okay. What are those catalysts? It may be nickel or palladium catalyst. Okay. So in the presence of nickel and palladium catalyst, we can convert the unsaturated hydrocarbons to saturated hydrocarbons here. So these are the catalysts here. So in the presence of this, the unsaturated is going to be converted into saturated hydrocarbon. So when the reaction is completed, the hydrogen, this H2, two hydrogen atoms going to be get attached to the unsaturated hydrocarbon, and it will breaks the bond, one bond, that is one of the bond between the two carbon atom, and creates saturated hydrocarbon. So when it attacks to this compound, we can say it will breaks one of the bond here between the two carbon to form a single bond, and due to that, to satisfy the valency of carbon, is get attached with the hydrogens. Yeah, so this is what the saturated hydrocarbon, that is ethane, and which is done only in the presence of the catalyst nickel and palladium. Okay, so this is the another chemical property of carbon compound, that is addition reaction. So let me explain you one point here about what is catalyst. What are catalysts? So catalysts are the substances, okay, these are the substances which can change the rate of the reaction, that is speed of the reaction. Okay, it may decreases the speed of reaction or it may increases the speed of reaction. Such substances are called as catalysts. Okay, simple manner, substances which changes the speed of the reaction, and one more thing, without affecting the compound. Okay, without affecting the compound or the reaction, we can say, without affecting the reaction. Okay, those are called as catalysts. So let's talk about the another chemical property, that is fourth property, substitution reaction. Substitution reaction. So what is substitution reaction actually? So it is a type of reaction in a hydrocarbons, we can say, in which the hydrogen is getting replaced by other atoms, okay, like halogens, we can say. So most of the saturated compounds, are unreactive with reagents. Most of the reagents, okay. Any saturated compounds, we can take an example, methane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, decane. So those are unreactive with other reagents, okay. But methane, okay, not only methane, the saturated compounds, we can say, in the presence of sunlight, the reaction will be occurs, which will be faster, we can say, the fast reaction will occurs to gives us the product, okay. Most of the saturated are totally unreactive, that is inert in nature, we can say, with the other reagents, but those saturated compounds in the presence of sunlight can be show the reaction, and that reaction will be very faster and show the substitution reaction. Okay, so take an example of one of the substitution reaction. So this is methane. Okay, in the presence of sunlight, okay, in the presence of sunlight with reaction of acid HCl, that is dilute hydrochloric acid. When dilute hydrochloric acid is reacted with the methane gas in the presence of sunlight, so the reaction will be occurs in the presence of sunlight, and the substitution reaction will be occurs. So how the substitution reaction will be occurs, let's see here. So when the reaction will be starts, the breaking of HCl will be occurs, and this chlorine atom will get attached to this methane molecule. Okay, we can see chlorine. So chlorine has a valency 1. So one valency is going to be, one chlorine is going to be attached to the methane molecule. So one by replacing one hydrogen. If the chlorine when the chlorine is going to be attached to the methane molecule, it has to remove the hydrogen. Okay, so it removes one hydrogen and it will get its position, okay, in the methane molecule. So when the one hydrogen will be removed, so there will be 3 hydrogens will be remains, and by attachment of chlorine atom. Okay, so now we can say one hydrogen is removed. Yes, one hydrogen is removed and chlorines get attached to the molecule of methane, so it becomes chloromethane, and this hydrogen and the hydrogen from the HCl will get fused together, forms hydrogen gas. So this reaction goes on continuously. Okay, when the total number of hydrogen will be total finished, okay, it is completed, then the reaction will get stopped. Let me show you. Taken the third step, that is next reaction of this substitution reaction. Still the hydrogens are there, so the reaction goes on continuously. Cl, again the reaction will be occurs with HCl, okay, in the presence of sunlight. So again the breaking of HCl will be occurs, and one hydrogen will be removed by replacing it by chlorine. So it forms one hydrogen. When it will be removed, so 2 hydrogens will be remained, and when the already it has one chlorine and another chlorine is going to be added to this compound, so number of chlorine will be 2. So what it becomes? Dichloromethane with liberation of hydrogen gas. Still we can take this reaction, still the hydrogens are there, so it is CH2Cl2 plus HCl in the presence of sunlight, so it is CHCl3 plus H2, so it is trichloromethane. Why trichloromethane? Because there are 3 chlorines. Why dichloro? That is there are 2 chlorines. Okay, again the reaction can be occurs because still one more hydrogen is there. So let's complete that reaction also. That is CHCl3 plus HCl in the presence of sunlight. It gives us CCl4 plus H2 gas. Okay, it is nothing but tetrachloromethane. So now the reaction will be stopped here because the number of hydrogens are totally completed. It cannot move further because the number of hydrogens are totally completed. So this is about one of the another chemical property of carbon compound, that is substitution reaction.